let me cut off the YouTube here. And let me do this. I turn my YouTube down. Hello, who is that? Sexy Barry. I know who that is. Welcome. Welcome. So
Hi.
hey. And y'all see the link is dropped. So definitely if you want to join me on the panel, y'all know all you have to do is click it and we're good to go. So let me do this here. So yeah, so what happened was we're at Olive Garden and the waiter comes to, take our the waiter comes to take our order. And mind you, we've um said to we've already had the discussion and we've already told the waiter, we told him when we came in and we let her go ahead that it was her birthday. So sit down and the waiter comes over to take everybody's comes and takes everybody's little order. And so he says to the waiter, he had the waiter ask her first. And she says, of course, like I knew she was, she said to, the tour of Italy. So then she goes to him. No, he goes to me. That's right, he did the women first. So he goes to me. And I say, oh, soup, salad, and bread. And I say, can you also bring out the Alfredo sauce? Because I love the Alfredo sauce. Oh my gosh, it's so good, right? And so I said, the Alfredo sauce for the breadsticks, And so then he asked the guy I was with, my date, I actually, I should have been his date at the time, but I guess they were both my dates since I was paying for everything, right? Weird. So he says, I want what she's having. And the waiter is like, well, which she, which one? And he says, her, meaning his mom. And I'm like trying to get into the way of the finger, like hers and me. And he's like, oh, no, I want what she's having. So this went from now being a $40 top, $45 top meal to 70, about $70, because the tour of Italy was like 25, plus tax, this was Olive Garden, but this was Olive Garden's main entree, okay? So yeah, I was like, just totally confused at this point. But wait, it gets better. It gets better because when the cake comes out for the birthday lady's uh treat, he says, I want a dessert too. You what? You want a dessert too? You want a dessert too? Yes, y'all. This is what this dude did. He said he wanted a dessert too. So he now has gotten what the birthday woman got, and he's also gotten a dessert. A dessert. And that it doesn't end there, guys, and it doesn't end well. When it came time for the bill, mind you, I had already given him cash. And I was going to pay for myself. And I was going to pay with my card, with my joint account. And y'all know my joint account was, me and my then my ex-husband. It was our account. It was our card. So the bill comes out. I look over at him. He looks over at me, and he mouths to me, I didn't bring the money. Yes, yes. This is all true, all factual. I didn't bring the money. So instead of this being okay, $40 that he was supposed to have for himself, and me putting $30 in, perhaps on my account, it now went me putting everything on my card, on the joint card. Okay, you guys, I can tell you, I have never been so embarrassed, so livid. I have never been prior to that, and I have not been since. I literally got up. I did pay the bill. I paid it on my way out, and I left. I left. I left both of them at the restaurant that night. And so, you know what, Deacon? And I will say this: this is the sadness of it all, is that I ended up still, dating him for about another year, another year. We didn't continue dating that moment. Oh, okay. So this is what I need to do. I got it. Do I need to just exit out of here and just do a StreamYard? Is that what needs to happen? I think that's what's happened before. Okay, let me see. Wait. Is that what needs to happen, Diamond Princess? Because I think that's what, remember when me, you, and Hopi were on? I think that's what I had to do before. Do I have to do that again? I have to just exit out of here. I think so. And just do StreamYard, right? Yeah, okay. All right. So, so yeah, I think I literally, I hope I didn't mess everybody up. I hope I didn't. Let's see. Because I think last time I just kept both of them going. Actually.
Omega, put yourself
Yeah.
into this one. Log into this one.
Oh, I thought, no, I am into this one.
I don't
Wait,
see you. It's just me.
there
There
I
you
am.
go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
here.
I see you now because I was sitting by myself.
Yeah,
I
but
was sitting
now
by
I
myself.
can't see anybody else. So have we lost them when they come over?
Um, there's 3 people watching for what I see, but let's just wait for everybody because I'm pretty sure everybody has the notifications for this live
Okay.
stream.
Okay, because yes. Because yeah, we had about 7 in the YouTube, and only I can see us up here. Well, 3. I can see 3 of us up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just explaining that that was such a crazy date situation, and I ended up leaving, and I ended up um I didn't walk home, but I didn't go home with them. I took the train home, but the reason why I was even bringing that up and just talking about how kind of men are enabled by their moms is because years later, when I was talking to his mom, she was like, I never understood what was the problem that night. And I was just like, really? Like, you didn't get that your son just like totally stiffed me, left me with the whole bill? Like, and it really ooh, it really
She's a dusty
blew my
too.
mind that, huh?
She's a dusty. I said the mom's a dusty
She
too.
was, and she was dating a Dusty. And his father was a real Dusty. So see, now it just says the 2 of us are in here. We're gonna have to really wait. I gotta go get my people. We gotta
Yeah.
figure out where they went. Amen. I gotta figure out where they went. But yes, he was it was a generational Dusty thing. But the fact of the matter was that he never told her, hey, this is what happened, and that upset me, that he just let this lady just really think I just left them hanging, or left them, because of something minor. Like, he didn't tell her how he stiffed me on that bill. He didn't tell me how I had given him cash, and he just
Were
totally.
you really young at the time?
Yeah, he was younger than me. He is rather
No, no,
younger
no,
than
no,
me.
no.
He's four.
I'll talk about you.
Was I what?
How old were you at the time when this happened?
Oh, I was 20. I was in my mid-20s, like 24.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was like 24, 25, something like that. Yeah,
Oh,
25.
okay.
I was 25, and he was 20. He was 21. 21.
Oh.
21 or 22.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out where my guests went. Girl, I should have stayed. I should have waited until we had other people before I went.
They're gonna show up on Omega. They're gonna show up because
Okay.
they saw that everybody that is subscribed to you, they got the notification. So they're gonna show up. Don't worry.
Okay, because I
Don't
just want to make sure
worry.
that because when I do it before, I'm able to do both. That's all. Ooh, great. Danny's here. Yay. Let me add her to the stream. Hey, Danny.
Hi.
Hey. I was telling my story. I know you remember that story because I told you that story, right?
Well, I had some technical difficulties, so I really didn't hear the
Oh,
whole
so you
thing.
missed the ending of it. So the
I
story was
did.
when I went out. Oh, Danny, this is Diamond Princess. She's my moderator. She's the best moderator.
Hi.
And
Hi.
so Danny and I go way back. We go back to Philly. She knew the guy I'm talking about. She knew the guy. So this was a time when Dr. Hines had me take his mom and him out for her birthday. And,
Oh yeah.
and damn, why are you saying it like that? Oh yeah.
Well, it wasn't necessarily
It
the
was
best,
a sad
your
time. It was
moment.
a sad time. It really was. It was a sad time. And we were it was a sad time because we just didn't know we didn't know our worth. We didn't know our worth, and we were really kind of playing these games and allowing these are someone else used to call them reindeer games. We were really playing reindeer games. So yeah, things were kind of kooky. They were
I
kind
was
of kooky.
I would say
I
I was kind of in your position when I was like 24 in my early 20s when I was there. Trust me, you're not alone. A lot of women experience this where they have to pay for men. But also, I had a problem with giving it up on the first date, even though I didn't know the guy and he didn't put really nothing in it. And I'm
right.
just sitting there like, okay, I'm thinking that we connected. He's gonna call me, and then days and weeks go by, he doesn't call you. And I kind of
Wow. Wow.
felt like, what have I done wrong for this, man, that he doesn't contact me anymore? And then when you contact them, they don't pick up their phone, or their phone is just disconnected. And when we look back into our past, we have to learn from our mistakes and not to do it again.
Oh, of course.
And and that really
Of course.
taught a lesson to me. Never ever give guys what your body when they don't deserve it. They never earned it. They have to earn your trust. They have to earn your respect. So,
of course.
and to tell you the truth, there's men that's in their 30s and under that still act like immature fools because
No,
because they're still at that stage. They're getting older. They're realizing that they're getting older and they want to be young again. So what they do, they'll wear these clothes that the young people, the young men will wear, and they will try to go after women that are 18 to 25.
Oh yeah, I've seen
because their youth is expiring. They know this. And they want to feel
I
that
definitely seen that.
Because trust me, Omega Courtney, I was at 25, I was with a married man. I've been with him for 3 years until I had to break it off. Because in my mind, there was no relationship. It was just like a sexual relationship. There was no connections. We weren't going out like that. And on top of that, we worked at the same job. So he was my supervisor. So I was just like, this ain't working for me. It's just a sexual thing. And I don't want my life to be based on sex. So I had to break it up with him because I don't want to be that girl that you can call on to, have sex with.
Of course.
And being with the married man was the wrong choice. And that's something I learned from as well. That was also a life lesson for me.
Well, see, that's what I will say what has always been my biggest challenge has it has definitely been like having the discernment before the situation happens. Definitely. Before the situation happens. I really think, I should have kept this I should have kept the YouTube going because I was able to do that before. Some type of way I'm able to stop the I'm able to stay in both rooms without them being shot at the same time. Because I don't think many people got that second notice for the stream yard. A lot of people don't click that link that are in YouTube. They just stay in YouTube. Girl, I feel really bad because I did have a few people that were supposed to be joining in that went to HBCU. So I was doing this for all my HBCU fams. I'll probably have to do this again. But I wanted to hear your thoughts since we are on this live and we're talking a little bit about relationships and how that plays out, about the August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith situation. What did you think about that?
I don't know nothing about that. I didn't know that people are even talking about it. Because I'm up here, I'm doing my own
you didn't
thing.
hear about this, honey?
No, because I'm
Wow. Well, August Alsina came out and basically said that Will Smith quintessentially gave him permission to be in this relationship, to be in a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah.
Isn't Jada and Will they're divorced, right?
No, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett are still married, and she said they'll never get divorced.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he said that this went on
having an open marriage since '99. Like I remember, it was before the Millennium album that he had that came out. So I'm not surprised. I didn't know anything about it, but I'm not surprised.
That's very correct, Danny. That rumor has always been there. But the fact of the matter is that she has always denied that. Like she's always laughed at it. She's always denied it. And 2 years ago, there were shots of this model chick going, to these different locations where Will Smith was, like, basically they were having these same pictures, but they were having them posted on their individual pages. So it'd be like she was kissing the Sphinx and he was kissing the Sphinx, like stuff like that. But they wouldn't be in the pictures together. So it was just really like they were kind of trolling one another, being cute and coy, but they were in a relationship. And then, but this situation with August Alsina was something that was very, very much common knowledge with people in the industry. But he was just on Angela Yee yesterday, and he dropped this bomb, and he was basically like, he gave years of his life to this relationship. He loved her. He felt like he was in a relationship like with her entire family, not just him. I mean, not just her. And he did get permission from Will Smith because he said that their relationship moved from a marriage to a partnership.
Now, so I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead, Diamond.
They can do whatever they want to do. They're grown people, but in my opinion, there's going to be a lot of jealousy within that marriage because there's going to be a lot of tension for that woman or that man that want the significant other is going to pay attention to, because they're going to have some kind of sort of attraction for that other person.
Well, that's why
that's gonna
wait. Oh my gosh! So we have a male in the room. Deacon, do you want to come on the panel? Because I need you to get in here. Deacon said, let me read his comment. He said, "Dude, I guess this is August Alsina, is a real punk for publicizing that stuff." He says, "I know Will and Jada regret welcoming him in now, brother." Deacon. This is a Deacon. Y'all, Diamond, put me up some blowers, please. Deacon said, "I know Will and Jada regret welcoming." Deacon.
They are. I bet they are regretting it right now.
But that's not the point. They shouldn't have been welcoming him into what? You don't welcome nobody into no marriage. Like that's a farce within itself.
That's why people sneak and cheat.
There's limits.
Thank you. Deacon, I need you to jump into this chat, brother, because that is something else. That is something else. No, sir. I've never understood that, and I will even say to just be transparent and just to be honest. Even when I was during my transgressions in my own marriage, and people would ask me, was I in an open marriage? I thought that was just preposterous. I was just like, what would be the point? If this was an open marriage, what would be the point? Now, what Jada has said on her Red Table Talks, she has said that she's not mature enough to ever be or consider a divorce, because divorce takes a lot of maturity, and it takes an understanding that your whole community, your whole network of family members and friends, so on and so forth, is going to be busted up because of you. And she said, I don't have the maturity enough to be that selfish. And I thought, wow, what a powerful comment. But at the same time,
it's
a little bit of oxymoron. I don't have the maturity to be that selfish, but you're still selfish enough to want to carry on your own, relationship because August Alsina said that their relationship had moved past the romantic phase. He said that there was no romanticizing. There was nothing romantic between them at that point. So, I mean, what do you all think? Do you think that honestly, Will and Jada are not intimate at all anymore? I mean, they have been married for what, 26 years now, 25, 26 years. Are they
I
really not?
believe, to me, it depends what's going on in the marriage. I don't know what's going on in the marriage, but I believe
I mean,
that.
but what do you think? I mean, do you feel that there's no intimacy? Because I can tell you this, even in my in the end of my marriage, I will say the last 2 years there was no intimacy, but there was little to no intimacy, but no, not even that. I would say maybe the last year definitely. The last year definitely. The last 2 years rarely, but the last year definitely. But they've been married 20 plus years. Have they? Yes, they've been married 20 plus years. To say that there is no romantic involvement with any of them now, I think that is just very odd. There's very odd. Let's see what Deacon says. Deacon, do you want to go on camera here? You don't have to have your camera on, but I would love to have a male. I would love to hear your voice and have you weigh in. I would love to have you in. So Deacon says, ain't no way, as you all can see, ain't no way I'm giving someone permission to lay on top of my woman. No love in that marriage. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you say Deacon, thank you. When you say that he was the real punk, okay? Don't you? When you mean Will is a punk, then? I mean, how come August Alsina is getting the bad rap here? Let's talk about it. And just so y'all know, this was his earlier statement. And Diamond Princess, you are so right. It's so much better just to do it through StreamYard. This is really cool. Okay, so guys, from moving on forward, I promise there's not going to be any more double lives anymore. Diamond Princess is getting me all the way together with her millennial brain. And she even though we both have baby boomers.
Technology grows every day. There's always something new coming out. So
yes, absolutely right. Even though we both have baby boomer parents, she's a millennial. I'm the last year before it turned into millennial. But yeah, this is way better than doing it through YouTube. So the next live is gonna be all the way live. It's gonna be really good because I have this all figured out now. But yes, this is Deacon's previous comment, y'all, for everyone that is tuning in or everyone that is going to be watching in the playback. Dude is a real punk for publicizing that stuff. I know Will and Jada regret welcoming him in now, and I felt like they should regret that regardless. I mean, they should regret that it even comes to a situation where they're welcoming anybody else into their marriage, because. Oh yeah. Oh great. So you eat at 6. Okay, that's perfect. So next week, remember, we are live at 5 every Wednesday at 5. We're live at 5. So this will be all StreamYard next week. So the notice will come out that way, even though it'll post to YouTube. I won't even have to log in on YouTube to get it going next week. So thank you so much, Deacon. That's so cool. We really appreciate that. And make sure, Deacon, please, share this channel, share this link with other people. You know, I think I'm one of the few, I won't say I'm the only, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers say that and say they're the only YouTuber, they're the only content creators that are as real as, that are really giving real transparent information. Y'all, I get emails every day and people are saying, hey, I cannot believe that you talk about the truth and what happened in your marriage. I get emails like that every day. So when we talk about wanting to see accountability, especially from females, which I hear a lot, they want females to be accountable with what they're doing to, mess up these relationships. I don't mind being accountable. Of course, I want the same accountability from men as well. So please definitely share with other people that you are letting letting it be known that you are subscribed and you are a friend to the channel and you're a glower. Thank you. Light your light. Light your light. Amen. Amen, Deacon. So definitely please share the news. So I want to also give a shout out to a new group that I joined on in Atlanta, which has been amazing. They are the Soul Sisters of Atlanta. You can find them on Facebook. They literally brought on about 6 new subscribers from that channel. So I want to thank you all personally, significantly specifically from my heart, and just welcoming me on. And hey, hello, Queen. Hello, Queen. That's right. Let's put these glowers up. Queen, would you want to join in tonight? Do you want to come live on the panel? Because we always appreciate it. We always appreciate someone stepping in and adding some voice and lighting their light and sharing their glow on the panel. Now, of course, this was supposed to be for our HBCU alum. Now, did you attend an HBCU? If so, definitely let us know which one. Of course, mine here is, I'm going to let you know, it is FAMU. I am a Rattler, a proud Rattler. I met my ex-husband as a Rattler. He didn't remain a Rattler, but I met him as a Rattler. And we were together 15 years, married for 13.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but how was sorority life back in your day versus now?
Well, okay, so interesting about sorority life. Now, I was planning on pledging. Not going to say which one, but my sister is a member of the sorority I was planning on pledging, and I was planning on pledging because she was a member, but she was not an active member, and that became somewhat of an issue because I definitely did not want the harsh treatment. I wanted the legacy. I wanted to be what they called, papered in. And I didn't want to have to worry about getting, slapped and getting my face wiped down with animal feces, as what happened when she was online. She didn't go through a lot of that because she was the pledgee with the highest GPA. So they really felt like they had to, keep her protected. So she didn't get a lot of that. But she said she saw girls get slapped. She saw girls that had to get, stuff wiped on their face. Oh, that's right, Deacon. Light your light, go big glower. And so from my understanding is it got worse. The reason why I did not follow through again with going through with becoming a member is because I was getting literally married my senior year. And so it was either, that's where my energy started going. Like my dad was literally in Daytona planning my wedding, but I was just, the only thing I was supposed to focus on is finishing out the year. Like that became my primary focus. And so I didn't feel comfortable having my dad down there plan out this wedding that he's paying for, but asking my sister to give me money so that I could, continue pledging the right way. Because even though that was the thing too, because even though she was a member, she hadn't paid her dues in a couple of years. She wasn't an active member. And, either she would have to pay up her dues or I would have to pay for these certain little things. And so I'm like, this is money that we should all be spending on the wedding, not me becoming, a member of the sorority. So I ended up not pledging. And to this day, she still is very much not active. Like she denounces them all the time. And I say, why don't you just make it official? She doesn't even want to make it official, but she doesn't attend any events. She hasn't since maybe her second year out of college. And she was a teacher, or she is a teacher. She's an educator. She has literally worked at schools that have people from the same sorority, and she doesn't even tell them she's a member. I remember one time I went to a banquet dinner with her, and she got really upset that I told them that she was a member. So, her daughter is now, in college, and I asked her if she wanted to pledge because her mom is, so she would be legacied in. And she just said that they're just very, they're very kind of silly and shallow, and she's not even interested, So from what I can see, it's still the same. I think it's still the same breakdown. The ones that really want to do it, you can't tell them anything bad about it. But the ones that kind of are on the fence, they figure later on they will be better off without it. Ooh,
Yeah.
all right. See you again.
The reason why I asked is because I heard in the past, and this was like a couple of years ago, people that's coming out of high school are joining these sororities, and hazing has gotten really bad to the point where people are dying.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's always kind of been that.
Yeah.
I mean, from my understanding, I think it's always been bad. It's always been pretty odd.
There was a couple of people that
maybe it's gotten a little bit more publicized.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think it's gotten more publicized because, now we have social media. So it's not like, what's interesting that you say that. I really thought that when social media started getting really popular, and I would see all of these videos on YouTube of people denouncing, and they would be telling all of the little secrets. I say it's not going to be much that people don't know by the time it's time for them to pledge anymore. They know about, having to sign the Book of Scrolls. They know about having to go into these secret, locations. They know about what's going to be asked of them if they have to be, like, remember that a couple of years ago, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was either Coppin State or something like that, where it was like a whole prostitution ring, and it was being run by, the sorority headmaster, and at Louisville, Kentucky. Now, this situation happened, the same thing with a Black sorority, so I think that we really have to be very honest with when we're discussing what is the necessity or what is the service of sororities and fraternities. And I know that's not going to be popular with a lot of people, especially ones from HBCUs, historically Black colleges or universities. But I do think it's a worthwhile conversation for us to be having.
Absolutely, because it's just getting out of control.
It is.
And I don't
it is absolutely
know what they be doing. Who knows?
Well, and that was the whole reason why I wanted my sister to pledge to not pledge me in, but to legacy me in, because I didn't want to go through any of that. I didn't want to have to sit up and have to take no stuff from anybody. I said I got my butt beaten up being in my family. I didn't want to be getting beaten up by girls I didn't know. So so I didn't want to go through it. But and to tell you the truth, I have never seen anybody. I've never seen the full rationale behind getting your, whatever beat to be a part of it. And then when I would meet women from other universities, I think I met one time I met a couple of girls from UF. I did. And they were, I want to say Zetas, and they were talking about how much they had to endure. And I was just like, what? They were talking about having to crawl and, hands and knees over like these stones. And, some girl had her kneecap rolled over it, and, she wasn't even able to run track the next season. And I said, these are just, for what? Like, what could make you want to go through something like this in order to say you are a part of an organization? I've honestly never understood it. That's why, to me, if my sister wasn't going to be able to, Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
I'm
go
so
ahead.
sorry. But I believe it's because people join these sororities because they want their names to be out there. So let's say, for instance, you graduate from your field of job and you need recommendation to get your foot into that job. If you know anybody from the higher ups, let's say you know the people that run the university or somebody outside the university, and you need to look for work, they can put a recommendation in for you. And when the employers see that these recommendations are credible, you can get hired right away. And that's why I believe that these kids are trying to join these sororities to get that recommendation and for the pledge, or to say that they were in a sorority.
Well, that's what I mean. I've never seen anybody be able to do something so much. Like, I have never seen the real benefit of being a part of a sorority or a fraternity. I really haven't, because some of the most powerful, well-known people that I know, they are not. You know what I was watching earlier today? Tiana Empowers. Do you ever watch her?
I never heard of her.
She's really good. I want you to check her out. She's super good. But she had a really good thing on about celeb culture. And she said, when you're young, you think that you think that everybody that's a celebrity is rich. But when you get older, you understand that not everybody who's rich is a celebrity. Girl, let that sink in. Put that glower up for that. Like, that's just huge, you know. Not everybody rich is a celebrity. And many people that I know, many, you know, politicians, many leaders and figures, and many rich people, you know, that never even occurred to them, pledging for nothing. So that's why I said I don't understand what part of our society really falls into that that misconception. Yes, misconception that everybody, if you are part of this organization, you're going to be instantly popular and you're going to be. To me, I think that just shows some weak-minded people. It really, really does.
Exactly. I'm going to transfer to a university pretty soon, so me going to join a sorority, it's out of the question for me because I'm not even interested, you know.
Right.
If I want to meet somebody that is in the higher up, I want to make a good impression on my own. I don't want to do it because I am through a sorority or, you know, whatever. I want to make sure that I get to know these people personally.
Right.
So
And I agree. I agree. I think the same thing. I think that, you know, at the end of the day, my own name stands, you know, it stands just as powerfully. And I won't say my own name, but my family's name. Like, my family's name is legacy. You know, my grandmother was the first Black female mayor of Daytona Beach. You know, I was the youngest serving councilwoman in Miami. You know, or my community in Miami. You know, my sister is a known political strategist. So, you know, just the golden legacy is a legacy all its own. I don't need a sorority. And I think, you know, what my sister realized, that after she graduated from FAM, she realized as well, she didn't need that to be who she was going to become. But she thought at the time she needed it so badly. And I can tell you that it did definitely weigh on her psyche. You know, she really, really, really regretted doing it. She regretted wasting my mom's money. You know, it wasn't something that she was proud about as she got older, that she felt the need to join this organization. So yeah, you know, it was fun to watch the probate shows and all of that here and there. But really, outside of seeing, especially because being at an HBCU, outside of seeing the one black person, the one white person in a black sorority, that was really what that was all what the craze was about. Like, that was what people got excited for, to see the one white person that was was an Omega Psi Phi, to see the one white boy that made it onto Alpha, to see the one, Latin guy that made it into made it into Kappa Alpha Psi. That was the hype, at least when I was at FAMU. Like, that was when the probate shows were really turned out, when it would be a white person that made it onto one of these Black sororities or fraternities. So,
right.
Something else about my HBCU experience. I had all of these little questions. I wanted to do a round robin with people that went to HBCUs, just like kind of how they do on Fox Soul. I wanted to talk about the set on FAMU's campus, of course. Wanted to talk about, Howard and the many intricate stories I've heard about. They're venturing out into the surrounding areas of Howard. Wanted to talk, of course, Bethune-Cookman, about if anybody was there when Wimpy's was there. So I had some real kind of specific things to talk about. Of course, wanted to talk to Florida Memorial, because they need to know that, they are not thought of as the real FAMU. Amen. Any of course, Marching 100 or the sound box or the sound machine, excuse me. So I had like some real round robin questions, but this was definitely an engaging conversation, just in regards to the HBCU experience and pledging, because quite honestly, I hadn't included that in my round robin because I wasn't a part of an sorority. But with you just saying that, Diamond Princess, it really does remind me rather, that a lot of people's experience with HBCUs is very much rooted in what the pledging experience is like, or what it is being a part of the pledging experience. So that was a very good segue. I definitely loved my time at FAMU, because not only did I meet, of course, my ex-husband, but FAMU allowed me for the first time ever to think of excellence and only have the image of Black people come up in my head. That's huge. I didn't realize that I did not go to a predominantly Black school until I went to FAMU. Because all my life, because I lived in a Black neighborhood, I went to a predominantly Black church. I thought that I grew up in an area that was. I remember putting on my college application that Daytona Beach was 90% Black, and my mom was like, "Courtney, are you serious right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do you mean?" And she was like, "No, we're not even half." And so I just thought that was so preposterous. And she said, everybody or most people might be Black or African American, but that's not the case. So to walk into Gaither Gymnasium, to walk into Lee Hall, to walk into the colloquiums that were held in Tucker Hall, to walk into a dorm and to see nothing but Black faces, it was incredibly life-changing. And it was such a significant impact on my life that I can't imagine being so proud of who I am, even with the legacy that I have. I can't imagine being so proud of who I am with not having that experience. Because for the first time in my life, the smartest person in the room was Black. For the first time in my life, the richest person in the room was Black. For the first time in my life, the person that I knew could challenge the teacher to a point that would make her kind of rethink or make him rethink was a Black person. This was huge to me, because up until that point, that wasn't always the case. So to say at this point in time, for sure, no matter what the conversation was, no matter what the situation, no matter what the conversation was, no matter what the situation was, no matter what the subject was, a Black person was an expert. That was so huge. So, I thank my mom all the time. She was the one that actually submitted my paperwork to FAMU because I had filled out FAMU, but I wasn't going to send it. I had sent Temple, I had sent Florida State, but I filled out FAMU because she's the one that had submitted my interest letter. So when I got the package, I was just like, well, I didn't even want to go to FAMU. Why'd you give me this? I wanted to go to Temple or Florida State. She said, well, Kim and Bruce went. Bruce is my brother, real name Dana, but Bruce was his name. And she said, I think you would really enjoy it. And I did not think I would enjoy it. I just thought I really wanted to go to Temple, which is interesting because, I ended up in Philadelphia anyway. But I wanted to go to Florida State. I really want to go to Temple, but if I had to stay somewhere close to home, I wanted to go to Florida State. I just didn't want to have to worry about seeing people all the time that I went to high school with. And she said, I remember my mom said, I promise you it's not going to be like that, Courtney. It's going to be so different than high school. And she was really right, and I developed friendships in FAMU that, I still have to this day, thank God. And, I thank God for the HBCU. I thank God for that experience. I thank God for having the type of mom that I had that wouldn't just be a pushover. I think if there was anything about the HBCU experience that I would have changed is I probably would have, if I could do anything over again, because I don't have any regrets, but I probably would have waited till after college to get married, even if it was just because I got married while I was in college. And because I got married in college, I really rushed through my senior year because I wanted to hurry up and get done so I could start, my married life. And when I say rush through my senior year, I took classes I wasn't really interested in, just to get the credit so I could get out. And up until that senior year, I was really taking classes that I felt were going to be significant in my journalism career. But when we made the decision to go ahead and move forward with the wedding, I was just like, oh, no, I can't wait. I can't wait to make it into this other course because some courses were full. And I just took what I could to hurry up and satisfy the credit requirement, the course load requirement for me to complete out the degree. So, and I would have definitely have enjoyed maybe another year or two in the theater, which was my minor. I would have enjoyed just staying around probably another 2 years, just to, and maybe getting my master's, because if you're hanging around, you might as well be using it, right? So I probably would have done another 2 years getting my master's and probably getting it in theater because I really did enjoy. I really didn't enjoy playwriting. I really didn't enjoy acting, but like I said, a lot of those courses would fill up very quickly. So I just hurried it along, but we're gonna be closing out soon. I'm gonna definitely get me a little workout in, girl. But is there anything in particular that yes, please, Diamond Princess, take this moment to let me know, is there anything in particular from your broadcast? Because I am gonna watch the playback, but is there anything in particular that might have come up?
Deleted the video.
You said what?
I deleted the video.
Oh, why?
I'm gonna do it again.
Good.
Pretty soon.
Wow, let me know.
Yeah.
Please do let me know. Like I said, I really want us now that
I know that not everybody catched it, so I deleted it. So I want everybody to, to be able to catch it.
Good. I got that. So what I want to do now that I'm getting a little bit more settled here in Atlanta, I want us to go over like what we had planned on doing months ago, going over a schedule so we can start just planning some lives out together. I really want us to do that because I think that's very powerful. I think that's going to be very appealing.
Yeah, because the reason why I brought up Umar Johnson and in that wifey resume, because I want to let Black women know that this is not the man you should be following, or this is not the man that you should be aspired to marry. He is not a great example of a man that is a provider and protector. Look at the school that he said that he was gonna open up in September. That school has not been built. Even if he was
Right.
to build it, it will not open right away because it has to be
Right.
inspected and approved. So I will be doing that video again.
Good. Okay,
So
so
that
definitely let me know
everybody
when the day that you're going to do it, so I can block out my time, and definitely let me know specifically if it is
I'll email you.
Eastern. Please
I'll
email
email
me if it's Eastern Standard Time or PST time. I love it. I love the whole concept, because yeah, because let me tell you what's so funny about that he's real funny about those resumes, because he doesn't answer anybody in regards to them anyway. He used to take resumes for people that wanted to work at his school, and I had submitted about 4 resumes and nobody ever got back in touch. I can teach journalism, I can teach English, I can teach dance, and girl, he never got back in about any of it. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. You just keep me posted, let me know. I'm going to get a little call in and do another I'm going to go ahead and set up my notice for next week, because I know exactly what I want to be talking about. Girl, it's going to be a really
So
good
this time around, I'm going to have people join the chat, and then because it was just by myself that night. So this time I'm gonna have call-ins and chats.
Okay, so definitely let me know. I'm definitely available. I'll definitely make myself available next Wednesday. I'm going to do it totally from StreamYard. Like, this makes the most sense, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, girl.
Yes, all right. Until next time, y'all know what to do. Glow up.
Bye. You know how to turn off the stream?
In broadcast.
Yeah, push it.
Yeah, I pushed it several times. It's still going back and forth. But don't worry, I got it.
Okay, girl.
All right. See you. Thank you.
Bye.